Fortnite, la World Cup de clasificatorios online. Espérate, vamos a iniciar.
Imagine being oldies knowing you just eliminated Airwax from Solary,
Bueno,
Mongrel from Secret. You've
al
got to be
parecer ya
feeling
tenemos
really
un
good about
ganador.
that game. A big push for points too. That was, like you said in the middle of it, a very, very stacked lobby. A lot of pressure too because you have so
Son varias
many players
partidas
now in these games that we're showing you.
que
You
están
have to remember
grabando,
at
o
home,
sea,
the ones we're trying
que
to
están
pick the ones that
expectando,
are
digamos.
best for affecting the leaderboard because
Disculpadme
these are
las
the places that you
notificaciones
need
que
to
me
see.
llegan.
This is Europe,
Esto es
by the
Europa,
way.
es un
If you're just
servidor
tuning in,
de
you popped in a little late. We're trying to push our way through
15
these games.
segundos
There's
para la
so many
tormenta y
things
mirar el
happening, but
minimapa
all these lobbies are
abajo
going to be so intense because
en la
everyone's
derecha,
vying
la
for those top
cantidad
8 positions to qualify
de
to go
enemigos
to
y
New
de
York City.
gente
And
que
that's
hay.
what it's all about, getting a
Tócate los
spot in
huevos.
the Fortnite
Y mirad el
World
tamaño
Cup
del
final.
círculo
This is week 9
que
of the
está
online open
medio
qualifiers,
círculo
the
afuera.
last chance in the solos competition. And if you
Ay, malditas
want to sit on
notificaciones.
that stage, if you want to be playing with the best of the best, the Bizzles, the Vivids,
Bien,
the
Pepe
TFUs,
parece que
the
lleva 2
Dementos,
kills.
all of
Ops,
those top
¿qué ha
players
pasado?
on the stage with Faxbox and Vanny, you have to clutch up
Le ha agarrado el lag.
now in these final moments.
Le ha agarrado el lag a Pepe.
The best players, because if you're unfamiliar with how the tournament
Vale.
matchmaking works, it's 3 hours.
Tiene poca
10
bala de
matches,
escopeta,
and
lo cual
as
es
you climb
un
in points, you're
problema.
matched with players close to you in that point
Solo
range.
tiene
So the
17.
matches only get more difficult.
Mongra
The players only
estaba
get
jugando la
better.
partida anterior,
And
no sé
these
si habrá
are the
ganado.
times, these are the fights you have to win if you want to be
Secret
playing for
Mongra
your shot at the $30
estaba,
million.
sé que estaba
A quick
jugando, estaba
note,
entre
too,
los
if you're
16
watching,
mejores.
This is the
La
final
partida anterior.
game for Europe. Everything
Frenzy
for these
todavía no
players
tiene ninguna
to qualify
eliminación.
for solos for New York City, to play for
Tiene
$30
poco
million
material.
on a stage bigger than any stage
Va
Fortnite
el
has
primer
ever
aquí.
seen. This is the last chance for Europe. There are a lot of fans out there of a lot of these players. Do me a favor.
Agarrando material.
Go on Twitter. Tag your favorite players and show them some love. Keep the negativity out of this. Hashtag Fortnite World Cup, because Fortnite has done something that not many
Y a ver,
people
tíos.
ever thought would happen. They've put a focus on every player that has played out of their minds. And I want to be sure that all these people that have played, have qualified,
Boyan
have tried
tiene
their
una
heart out,
kill, ¿vale?
they need to know that
Tiene
you're
un
supporting the
fusil
heck out of them. So
de
again, hashtag
asalto
Fortnite World Cup.
de
Please let
mierda,
your favorite players
pero
know
bueno,
that they've done an excellent job. Win or lose, doesn't matter how many
puede hacer
eliminations.
bastante pupa igualmente.
All these people have a lot of heart. It's important that they know that.
Indeed, a lot of heart coming out from all of these
Vale,
players.
ha
It's
eliminado
so incredibly
a
hard
Mary, creo que
to
decía.
hit.
I laugh as you say, but honestly, what a perfect name to see pop up. All that being said, no mercy this week.
Weigh-in picks up it. He says no mercy this week. Indeed, it's all
Disculparme
about
por la
those last
calidad
shots, trying to find the shadow bomb player
del
as he
vídeo.
rotates through, getting the shots
Como puedes
going
saber,
off here.
es en
And
vivo.
this is what it's all about. Storm Surge is on for 3
Y
more
hay mucha
players. Weigh-in
peña,
pushing
donde
forward.
hay un poco de
Lazy
lag.
Sheriff gets fast and then gets traded out by Rasmussen. We have our top
La calidad
30,
es mala,
Storm
pero
Surge
vale la
is
pena, ¿eh?
up.
Mirá la
First
cantidad de
place
gente que
threshold
hay.
and 5 more players. Black Suit over there in the mid tarp, gonna hop on board with him, sitting on 46 points
Vale,
right
una
now.
kill.
Going to need a monstrous performance if he wants to top off. You see the number of players pushing up towards that 60 range.
Interesante
Don't forget,
porque
8 spots coming out
casi
of Europe.
todos
Top
tienen
25,
las
first place in threshold, and Black
granadas
Suit,
de
good
sombra
spot to hit it with the 4 shadow bombs, using
o
the
bombas
first
de
one now.
sombra.
The stream's got to be feeling good about how their players are playing thus far. Black Suit and Skype both excellent thus far. Potentially see Vato at some point. We'll have to
Esta peña
find
juega,
out. 28 players, 26, 25. What a quick shift in player count. Points going out.
Parece ser
3
que
for
uno
everybody
se
left
le
on the
está
board, down
tomando
to
altura.
22
Ahí
already.
tiene una
This
palmera para picar.
rotation has been lethal for so many. Such a big shift down to 21 now. Chip goes down
Hostias.
20. Every time
Oh,
I feel like I
puto
say
lag.
we're about to see 19. There's another elimination. The Toxic Donut.
Justo en el
removed from the
momento,
game.
¿sabes?
Black Suit pushing
Puto
forward here,
lag.
2 eliminations. Don't want to get caught by someone boxing up as we've seen so many times in the past. Trying to
Tiene una lanzadera, si
maybe land
pudiera.
somewhere
Ahí
inside
va.
a box with the launch pad. Going to move forward with the Storm. Excellent position now. Has a chance to kind of wait
De
and peek
rushea a
back
alguien.
behind. Someone is up above. He's got to be careful there. That edit going to jump up and move
Vale,
on
han tomado
through
una grieta por ahí.
to the next section of this circle. Still not stopped. We're very close. You look at the mini map, the blue and white cross over the circles. Once that happens, you know players are going to start boxing up and peeking back for sure. Back-to-back shots.
Se la ha jugado un poco ahí, hay
No,
que
he only got
decirlo,
one
¿eh?
of them. Daryl got the other one. That could end up being huge. Like we said,
Pero ha estado
every
bien.
single one of these
Ahí también se la ha jugado un
mattering, but
montón.
Blackso trying to push the
Se
envelope
la ha
and
jugado,
get
pero
every
vamos.
elim anyway. Will he be able to find it? He hits the shot. Gets
Madre
the
mía.
on the purge. All of a sudden, Blackso has
Lo que se ha salvado
single-handedly
ahí.
fragged
Qué
his
bien
way
que la ha hecho.
into the top 5. 57 points, but we've seen
5
more.
supervivientes.
He needs to keep
Buah,
pushing.
Frenzy,
This
vamos.
is the last match on the
Está
server. This is the top 5.
muy alto, ¿eh? Ahí baja porque se ha hecho un poco de daño. Se la estaba jugando demasiado, ¿eh? El Frenzy.
He's in your bottom right. He drops down. Nate gets taken out by Masato. Frenzy begins to work. Top down. Takes 55 fall damage. Boxo pushes in. Hitting Masato in the same box. Masato disengages around the side. Boxo desperately
tiene poca vida.
trying to find the shot. Needs everything he can. Top 4. Squeaky goes down.
Se va a tener que cuidar mucho porque no tiene botiquín. No sé si tendrá Campfire.
No builds left on Frenzy. 47 points for him.
Listream lleva 5 kills.
This is his chance. Can he get Listream to the World Cup final? He's looking for it. He finds the first shot.
Buah.
88. Can he convert? No. Frenzy picks up the Elim, but he finds the 30 right after. Needs the Elim in the victory royale. 461.
La tormenta no para,
Can it be enough? And can he close it out? He's
Puto lag.
looking for the shot. 49
Es
shield,
que son
85
tanta la
health,
gente
no
expectando y
goals from a
demás.
low-ground player. Frenzy
Ha ganado
gets cleaned
Frenzy.
up. 61
Épico
for
lo de
Listream.
Frenzy.
Blackso,
Épico.
but will it be
Se ha hecho,
enough?
madre
Courage,
mía,
will it be
mirá las
enough?
construcciones que hay.
We will find out, folks. 5 weeks of solo competition
Epiquísimo.
have led to this moment in Europe. The queues are done, and now it is
Ya
time
vengo,
to find out who exactly has made it on through to the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Who will take up those final spots from the European region?
I think it's time to take a look.
Here
we
we
go.
go. Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
first off, congratulations to Andretta, who throughout the entire day was in that top spot. Crew, Skype, Light, Mongrel has made it on in. Was what everyone was wondering if he was going to do it.
Yep.
People had high expectations. He clutches in the end. Mku, Teak, and who did we just see in
Vale,
that
aquí
last
estoy.
game?
There you go, man. Blacksu, he makes it in
Están
for
viendo la
Listream.
tabla de
That's huge for the
clasificaciones.
French-speaking community because we saw Fullery already go through.
El nivel
and Listream
europeo,
kept
los
getting edged
resultados,
out every
los
week,
finales.
but now it's Blacksu's time to shine. Really
Vale,
quick though,
$10,000
Andretta.
Andretta.
So you talked about this guy's been on
Y el
fire
clan
all day
Listream.
long.
Yeah.
We actually kind of
Listream
pulled
Sky.
stats on his previous week qualifiers.
Y el otro
Week,
clan está
for the
Black
previous solo
Soul.
weeks, 291th place, 127, 218,
están los dos clanes ahí.
610, and now
El clan, digamos.
first. All day
Los que se
long,
estarían
went from, like,
clasificando
50
es
viewers
a
on
partir
Twitch to,
del
like,
stream
20,000.
Black Soul hasta el
Send
primero,
Andretta some love. All his hard work has truly paid off.
A partir de
These are
$3,000
the 8 that are
hasta
coming through,
$10,000 ahí. Van por
Congratulations
ahora.
to them. I think there's one more thing we can do. It's time to punch their ticket. Zeke,
I'll start over here.
start over there.
Boop. There you go.
Andretta made
Bien.
it. Crew made it. Let's hit the middle one. Skype made it.
There you go.
Light. Mongrel.
Mongrel
Congratulations
no podía
again,
faltar,
brother.
obviamente.
In the middle. Mku, and finally, Teak, and wait,
There you go.
Laksu as well.
There
The
you go.
8 players from Europe who will join Moffin
Aún
and,
faltan
and
algunos
Rona
más
season,
para
as we saw
definir-
earlier, making it on in incredible
Para
stuff.
definir la tabla
Europe was
ya,
an
a ver quiénes
insane day
clasifican
today,
a los finales.
just as we expected. High level lobbies, tons of people left all the way to that 5th zone. But here's the beauty of it, folks. We've got more action to bring you. We're going to go to a quick 5-minute break. When we come back, we'll catch up to speed on some of the other regions before we kick off the NA East action.
Zeke, this is it. This is the last chance, all right? People need to know about
Vale.
this block party, all right? This is your last opportunity
En 4
to get
minutos.
them involved, to get them hyped. Zeke, everyone's gonna be there, all right? DJ Zeke's gonna be there. DJ Sundown's gonna be there. Everyone's gonna be there, all right? The people are waiting. All right. You know what, man? I'm DJ Zeke. I don't need no card. But what you need to do is buy your tickets to the block party. Tickets are only $35, Fortnite
Voy a
fam.
comprobar el
Listen,
sonido,
all right, June 15th, 16th at the LA Forum, day 1,
ver si se
Creative
escucha
Showdown. Listen, all right, Team Evolve
que
built
dicen
an
los
incredible
señores.
map. Spoiler alert, it's dope. Day 2022 Celebrity Pro-Am. 50 pro gamers, 50 celebrities, all battling out for a $3 million charity prize pool. What more do you want? What more do you need? Fortnite fam, you need to be there because we are ready to party with you. Bam!
Heyo Fortnite fam, Sundown here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Flint-Knock pistol and its impact on competitive play.
The Flint-Knock pistol is a great addition. Sometimes it'll just change the course of a fight.
The things you can do is insane. You can get height with it. It shoots pretty far. You can almost use it as an AR at the beginning game just to get one shot. It'll hit for like 80, 90 in the body.
And this is looking really good for Horrify, but the Flint-Knock is going to get the high ground. Nikiva, such a smart play.
The Flint-Knock is a common and uncommon weapon that uses heavy ammunition. It does 86 or 90 damage depending on rarity, and it has a
Hostias, que coletas había metido, primero.
This means that outside of a sniper rifle, it has the highest single shot damage
Es que está
potential
rotísima
in
esa
the
arma.
game. However, the Flint-Knock only allows for one shot at a time, has pretty decent damage fall off,
Eso sí, tienes que tener mucho cuidado, porque si no te agachas, estás un poco jodido donde estés.
When fired, it will impulse
Como
the
eso.
shooter backwards, and if the bullet strikes a target, it will impulse the
Una de las
target
tácticas
away
buenas
from
es
the
que
shooter.
si alguien viene
This
detrás de
can
ti,
allow for some tricky plays to be made.
hacerte que no, como que tú no le has visto, dispararle el arma, obviamente no mirándolo a él, dispararle el arma y salir volando que le apareces por detrás. No sé si me explico. Con la escopeta ahí. Tipo así, imagínate que el enemigo está atrás, disparas el arma y te pones detrás de él, ¿sabes? Con la escopeta.
Kill someone from 200 HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from a situation, the Flint-Knock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance so you can get away or you can get high ground over someone.
Aquí ya son los mejores, los profesionales.
I personally really like the Flint-Knock. I think it's a really good weapon. I think it's a really strong weapon in the right hands. You need to know how to use it and you need to base your whole game around it if you want to use it right.
It's just the kind of weapon we need more.
I definitely think it's one of the better things that have been added skill-wise. I like that it's so versatile.
Es un jugador de mando que flipas,
Definitely deserves a spot.
Junto con Mongrel.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully you saw how the Flint-Knock can be utilized in the right hands. What is the best Flint-Knock play you've done or seen? Share it with us using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll be seeing you guys on the battle bus, or maybe Flint-Knocking through the air.
Bien. Un minuto, señores. Vamos a definir de Oceanía y Asia. Joder, macho. Lo que hace el aburrimiento. $30 segundos. Y comenzamos. Para definir los próximos finalistas de la World Cup Fortnite Online Open. Ya sabéis, compartir el video y dejar hashtag Fortnite Cup. Fortnite World Cup. Vamos a ver.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fortnite
Hombre,
World Cup. This is the final week for
tiempo.
solo qualifiers, so if you're trying to make your way to New York City to punch that ticket, now's the time to do it. You miss out.
Qué grande, Dr. Lupo.
Coming up next, we have Asia and Oceania replays. Those regions have already played out, but before we get to that, I asked a question when I was with Sundown casting the end of Europe, and that was where your favorite drop spot was. And we are lucky enough, because of the magic of Twitter and the production team who is always top-notch, a little social walk. I want to see what everybody said about everything. I just want to put this out there immediately. My boy Till Truth agreeing at Viking Village up top, one of the best in the game. Disco, Frosty Dusty, Jung Junction when running solos. Unless it's a hot spot, drop at Factories by Flush. Racetrack, Lazy Lagoon or the Block. The Block, honestly, we're seeing that more and more. A lot of players are picking that up. Mega Mall, surprising to me, one of the biggest landing zones on the map right now. We've seen it time and time again being constantly swamped with players. Paradise Palms, Salty Springs again. Pressure Plant, and I believe that is the very southeast corner of the map. Some players call it Westworld. There's all sorts of names for these locations where they don't have a POI name on them. Kind of interesting to see how creative people can get. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm always curious where people are dropping as hard as I can to avoid any of those spots. Thanks for telling me where to not go. But I do want to see where Asia and Oceania go, and in order to do that, in order to look at those replays and get a play-by-play of everything happening, I need some players to give me some insight. Those players, in this case, will be Monster D-Face and Zeke.
Thank you, Dr. Lupo. Back at it again, Zeke.
Are you ready?
Ready to rock it.
I believe you are ready. That's why you gave me the fist bump and not Courage JD. Fortnite fam, we hope you guys are ready because it is finals day. We're hopping into some replays from Oceania that happened this morning. We want to get these guys up to speed, have them, share their moment because them qualifying was a big deal. Yeah, absolutely. So let's get ready to hop into these games together. Is there anything you're excited about? You looking forward to, Monster?
I mean, I'm looking forward to just watching all of these games unfold.
Madre mía,
I follow every competitive player on social media, so to wake up to my peers, kind of happy that they pushed through, or unfortunately, sometimes, you get the other tail end of that, see their errors where things kind of didn't fall in line for them. Because at the end of the day, no performance is perfect. And when you kind of
ya se ha armado un pueblo, ¿sabes?
You spot your own errors, so
Y mirad el círculo lo que es. Ya algunos, no sé si veo la gran mayoría posicionados.
For sure, man. I mean, we can always be getting better, not only in Fortnite, but as humans.
44 jugadores, ¿sabes?
Ability to eat chicken parmesan, because I will never be able to eat it as incredibly as Courage JD can. 44 players currently.
Graciously.
Yeah, he's voracious with the food. 44 players here in Storm Circle 5. We see this all the time, right, Monster? That was a great pickup of Magsy there in midair. But we see this all the time. Finals day is very different than Saturday's qualification rounds, right? Saturday's semifinals are typically very elimination heavy. Finals, they know what's at stake. They know they have to play conservative, play for points, play for placements, and that's what we're seeing now.
Yeah, it definitely goes without saying that these last days when everything's on the line, there's just so much more pressure on you to perform that you are going to be
Rona llevó 3 kills.
You have to respect people that are able to make it through.
Solo tiene una Scar y una escopeta, o sea que se ha aguantado ahí con la granada de sombra y un campfire. Porque se puede distinguir materiales. No sé si tiene materiales, no lo demuestra. Maldito lag. Esto pasa en plenas partidas, cuando alguien está en vivo así. Vale, tiene materiales, pero no lo dice, no mostraba así. Con Runa.
Yeah, for sure. And I think even if you don't qualify, right, there's always going to be events going forward in the future. There's always another opportunity. Just because you didn't make it, it does not mean that it's the end of your Fortnite journey or your Fortnite career, right?
I mean, just like everything in life, it takes a lot
of preparation,
consistency, but more importantly, one of the factors people
hubieron algunas partidas que había una de bolonchos que te cagas. Ahora no, no tanto. Pero bueno, menos mal que le han nerfeado la vida a los bolonchos.
Taking that #1 spot over in OCE. He's already on 4 eliminations, so this is probably his maybe second game, right? Because he has 10 points here, and we're not even top 5. Has the
Rona tiene uno pegado en el culo ahí.
And he's hard, so his game before must
have
just
been
his initial game for 6 points total. And now we're hopping in. How are things going to unfold for him? He just hit top 25, so first round of placement points coming out. Don't forget, guys, 15-5 victory out. Those are every single threshold, and every elim is a point.
Ahí está la tabla de puntuación, una eliminación, un punto. Quedar entre el puesto 16 y 25, 3 puntos. Y después no saca de más.
When there is money and prize on the line, not only that, the respect of your peers, people are insane at this game.
Hombre, una eliminación.
You might not see glider redeploy every day in your day-to-day
muy
games,
pocos puntos,
but here in the upper levels of competition, they use
3
these kind of
puntos,
items to maximum efficiency, to save materials.
Igual creo que estaría bien.
Top-tier competitive Fortnite is a very interesting thing to watch and kind of digest, and just kind of from sticking around
Madre
and
mía,
studying these guys,
el lag
you can level up your own game.
del directo.
Like the minor differences between different people's play, right? Like you as a player, you might say, I love glider redeploy, and that is my go-to item. For me, I might say, look, I value the shadow bombs more because it just lends itself to my playstyle and the things I'm looking to do. You know, especially as Fortnite continues to evolve, new patches come out, new weapons.
Madre mía,
items,
qué escopetazo.
all that. Like, it's just an ever-changing game. To see these guys adapt and just everything in their hands is lethal. It's like
Hostias, tenía uno ahí a la izquierda, creo que era el mismo. Podría haber dado algún escopetazo ahí.
They make it look so good. Now take a look at Rona, who
Tomando
somehow
altura.
manages to find some high ground off that shadow bomb, doing a
Vale,
really
ha
good
eliminado
job
a
at
alguien, vete a saber cómo.
climbing up here, makes the edit.
Hostias.
One step ahead of unknown.
8 kills,
Space
cuidado.
there, kind of steps out before his
Y
counterplay
está en
can
el
even
top
happen.
10.
Now he is set up. He has a setup shop right here. Who's at the ultimate top? It's Alfie. Alfie firing down, and someone else is just above him. You can see there, it's Brave. I will not lose.
Vale, Bray
So you have the
está
ultimate
muy alto,
hunter.
se la está
Alfie says,
jugando,
I want no part of that. He is coming down into Rona.
A Rona le queda una granada de sombra.
Steps into another player's box. 120. Such a tight cross
9
here with these
kills.
shots. You gotta respect the aim here.
10 kills,
The
madre
consistency,
mía.
Zeke.
This is the
Top
this is
5
what
Rona
separates Sosman from the rest,
más que
right?
claro
There's
favorito
so
para
much
ganar la
confidence
partida,
behind his play, and this is what I
Pero
love
cuidado.
talking about because
Cuidado con Bray.
what resonates with me is how
Que
confident
se
you
la
are
está
in the
jugando,
moment
pero
of things
vamos.
happening, right? Just look at this. Not building. He has 13 builds, so it's not much,
Esa
but he
escopeta,
doesn't need to build. He knows
madre
what's going
mía.
on. He's letting this. He's dictating the tempo of this game, right? Right now,
Con la
Sosman
altura
is
que ha
on that
estado
lowest
Bray
level.
disparando
Bray
de
is
lejos
up
con esa
above.
escopeta.
And now, I mean,
Es para
Sosman's
flipar,
got 10 elims, all right? This is huge. He's going to try and go against Bray. Now,
Batalla de
Bray does have
construcciones, se
more
acercan.
materials, 35-2, but now they're saying,
Va a
you know,
ganar.
let's go toe-to-toe. Can Sosman line up the shot? He actually drops down below Monster. This engagement didn't even pan out. Oh.
Is he going to be able to get him? Is he going to be able to
Hostias.
break these builds and bring him down Storm? You
Rona
saw
no
Rona
tiene
Season was trying to stick it all the way through.
Muy buen
And
posicionamiento
Rona
de
Season
Felipe, la
is
verdad.
Sosman, guys. For those of you guys just tuned in, so these final moments are here. Are everything. He's looking to
Hostias,
get
Rona.
these low ground peaks. He's got the Storm in his fever.
No,
Still
Rona.
tracking with
Bien,
it.
Rona.
And he hits every
11
shot,
kills, madre
every
mía.
single peak, every moment, every
Pedazo de
pixel goes
escopeta
to
que le ha dado.
Rona.
De no
And that's
tener
what I
nada de
kinda talked about,
inventario, mirá lo
dictating
que
the
tiene
tempo,
ahora.
right? It was Rona who's telling everyone else in the lobby, this is what we're
La
doing now. Because
trampa.
you saw the player above. They had health advantage, they had shields. Sosman didn't. He was down to, what, like 50 HP and then pops the slur.
Las casitas que
And
se
then
hacen
that
ahí
other player
pegadas
was
con todo.
so afraid to fire back because he was like, look, this guy's going to crack
Vale,
me
en
in the
esta
face
queda
every
Oceanía.
single time. You can just
La que
tell
vimos
by the way he's
anterior
moving.
creo que fue
He's
de
confident.
Asia.
He sees that win.
And that's
Sees
what I was
it.
gonna say. Like, it's so funny that
Hostias,
even with the high
lag.
ground, sometimes you can just
Lag
tell
con
a
Twitch,
good like
Ornsi.
low ground warrior will poise up in such a way that you're
Que
like,
tiene la misma skin
dude,
que,
I like look over, like,
que el del anterior que ha ganado la
like,
partida.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just know. So in those final moments, you kind of just knew, man, he was gonna get shot, and you know,
Hostias,
hate
qué
to see it
escopetazo.
not be able to clutch up. But
Sniper.
on to the next guys is ORNZY. Ornzy.
I think that's making me like sending me back into my previous
You just
Fortnite games
know,
where it's
right?
like I want to fight a guy and I'm like, this guy's crazy. Like, why would he do this? I'm just gonna get this guy.
La
And then
gente
he
que no me
just
para
completely
enviar
demolishes me.
en
I'm like, he is crazy
invitaciones.
good at Fortnite. That's what was going on. Now look at this,
Oh
Ornzy
my
here.
Yeah, two of
Great
Ya
them.
empezamos
pickup.
a
My
hacer
goodness,
kills,
3
cuidado.
elims just like that. Now keep in mind he's
Cuidado con
outside of top
Ornzy.
25. He's got to be a little bit careful here of how he navigates.
Rona.
Again, on the right side of your screen there, you see Sosman, again, the person who qualified from OCE. His name currently is Rona Season, aka Sosman.
Rona
So make
Season.
sure you know. Look at this loadout, dude.
O sea, esta es la misma partida,
looking
pero
good. One
con
of the
diferentes jugadores.
underrated things about the minigun is the extreme high
Porque
fire
estaba
rate. It
Rona
might actually have
Season
the highest fire rate
por
in
ahí
the game
abajo.
when it's fully cooked. And because
El
of
que ha
that,
ganado
you
la
can
partida.
really punch through builds, even if you're trying to stay on defense. So if you guys haven't given up the minigun,
Mira, mirá dónde
a
está Rona.
swirl, I should say, try and pressure someone down when they're in the box with it. And
No, espérate,
let me
esta
know
no es la
if you-
misma
if you
partida,
pierce through the turbo build to get
Me he
some
equivocado,
shots.
perdón, gente, que me he
Don't forget,
equivocado.
guys, we're tuning in straight with the OCE games here, which already kind of developed over the evening here at the Fortnite World Cup.
La
Players have already
Thompson,
punched their
yo me
tickets to New York City.
llevaría
This is the
la Thompson
last solo
y
opportunity.
no el lanzapepos,
Next week will be duos,
y
but
soltaría la
today it's
Delta.
all about the solo action. You can find yourself in the Big Apple.
Big Apple for a slice of pizza, like Golden Boy likes to say. I don't know why I like to keep perpetuating that, but here we are.
Buen material.
30M.
Yeah, there you go. You know, something really cool about Rona's loadout. Look at this. He's actually maxed. We were able to see his max count there for a little bit. He's completely maxed on everything. He actually has extra metal laying close by. Max rockets with the 12. Completely great AR. Look at this. 650 rounds of small ammunition. 130
un campfire a la derecha abajo. Cuidado con la artillería y el boloncho.
But this is a loadout you want to make plays with. He's going to send shots over to the player, trying to get in. Lucas is going to get caught out, making a rotation. And that Elam puts him in the top 25.
He is there, knocking on the door here. And this is how his journey unfolded to make it through to the Fortnite World Cup. Every opportunity that he has to take someone out, you can see he's singling out players and taking advantage of the positioning, but hopping around the map.
Gente que hay.
These are
Yendo para todos lados, no paran de
We
moverse.
have Ariel here, looking for the heavy snipe, finds a weak opportunity in the build. Whoever that is up above him is going to manage to connect the structure, but you know what, Ariel pops a nice little cone up. He's trying to go for it. So he's trying to get a piece of this high ground here.
Y esta es la última parada de la tormenta que va a parar, Después no hay descanso. Vamos a moverse.
It's good though. You know, if you don't have all the information, it's best to not try and go for the play, especially in finals.
Twitch 11 acaba de hacer otra kill.
Go for it, right? Like at worst, you're just set back the game. You can re-queue and everything's okay, but in finals, every single interaction does matter. So for Ariel, you know, he could have potentially challenged for that high ground, but it's like, I just kind of use my heavy snipe. I don't have that key to all doors. Let me just get myself to safety, take a moment, reload, gather more information. And because of just that slight pause, look, he's now in top 15. He found an Elam, which he was hunting for before. He just finds it in another place. And now he's still just continuing. He gets hit, he picks up a rift to go as well. Heavy snipe going to be picked up 2. So now, I mean, he's...
Vale, eso me aguantaría en el aire, pero
yeah, for sure. That nice little mat replenish there for catching the Elam. He's going to throw him back in the running here to try and see if he can squeak out a victory. Up at the high ground, we have other things unfolding. Kalen goes down to
Rona Rillon le está disparando
Sosman still alive
a
in the
Sharpie.
mid-tart, putting down pressure. Squall's in a campfire here. That's a signal to the rest of the lobby that, hey, there's someone weak nearby. Sosman hears the shadow bombs kind of thrown all around him.
No
What's he
tiene
gonna do here?
materiales,
It's just on the hunt. OCE region specifically requires you to get a ton of eliminations if you want to be number one. There's only
Tendría
one
que ir
spot
ahí
up
para
for
coger
grabs.
materiales. Se la tiene que jugar
There
un
it is,
poco.
another player nearby. That's all shield ripped off. He's gonna push that. Sees a player above him. Just see a player above
50 de
him.
madera, tío. Tiene que ir abajo.
Try and
Y había
maybe make
materiales.
something happen. But look, don't forget, he still has every single rocket.
Nice rocket
Oh,
right there.
pícola.
12 rockets. This payload is about
Sharpie se acaba de hacer 2 kills ahí.
destroy builds all the way around. And look, Ariel as well up on the high ground has them. So the first rocket from Ariel comes in, and then Sosman's second finds an elimination. Another rocket from Ariel up on the high ground. And look at this.
Parecer Rona
Down
siempre va a ser
below, they're
favorito.
just desperately trying to keep their builds up. And they're
Partida
burning through the
anterior
map.
se hizo 11
Sosman
kills,
is
ahora
now
se está
out.
haciendo
And look,
hostias.
he gets challenged from the front.
No,
challenged from the right.
tío.
Finds the 2 players.
Oh, ya
and he
se ha
makes it a
salvado.
1v1. But look at his HP right now. First
Oh,
rocket's going to come in. How is
Está
he going to pull
jodido
this off,
ahora.
Monster?
I don't know if he can. He doesn't really have much going for him.
Está
24 health.
jodidísimo.
He picked up, look, he picked up 500
Se llega a atracar en la
from
tormenta
0
sin
to
querer.
550 builds. This is huge. If those get fully
Está
built off, they're
jodido,
going to
pero vamos.
absorb an entire rocket and
Y Ariel
still
está a
stay
tope de
built.
vida.
But way, dude. This is a tough spot.
Oh.
That's a tall ask. That's a tall ask.
Really was. 200 HP on Ariel with the
Ha estado
RPG
bien,
as well. He was
Debajo
fully
Cristian se ha
loaded,
hecho.
medkit, minis. He had everything he needed. That was a tough end game.
Ahí
for
cerca
Sosman,
del
but hey,
señorío de la sal.
second place is not too shabby
Ahora
in this
estamos en
format. You
socavón.
get, you know, a ton of places, but more importantly, those 2 eliminations to squeak out. We've seen
Penacia.
the difference of 1 point was literally what all these games came down to. So that little flick of the moment, that little, you know, reaction to jump down there and go for it, that's the risk you take, and that's the payout you get.
Now we hop on over. There you go. This is, so don't forget, this is now, we're in Asia replays. You can see at the top right. So these happen again overnight.
Mirá la de gente que
while
hay,
we're all asleep.
no me lo
Almost
puedo
asleep
creer.
like a baby. That's not true. I woke up several times. I was mad about it. Mothman XD, though, was the victor coming out of that 8th region.
Yep, and see there, Mothman finds someone hiding in the cone. Does capitalize on a nice little elimination. Sees the loot back there, but might be a little too far to go scavenge for, so he's just on the hunt still here.
Aquí estos dos están muy arriesgados ahí juntos.
Dusty Divot. Really tough place to battle out of. Never want to find yourself in the center of it. Nice
Hostias.
shot right there.
Qué buen tiro.
He catch someone who's running right
Ahora
by.
la tiene jodida aquel,
Are so good with
Si
the
alguien no se pone a disparar con él.
Oh, he's trying to play the loot hoarder here, trying to get all the mats and stuff that
Se la
he
está
did not
jugando
battle
mucho
for. And
Maupin,
now he's got the storm against his back, and
Igual
there's no
aquel
way
no
that
tenía
man was
nada
going to
de
get out of
vida.
there because
No sé si le
with the
daba
60
tiempo para
second
evitar
threshold
y
now,
darle
the
el
storm can
minuto.
also just reward that.
Maupin
Healing
se la
regardless
juega,
to
no
Mothman here.
tiene
Whoa,
botiquín,
he
pero
jumps
tiene
into the
campfire.
zone for the desperate materials.
Hostia,
Didn't
se
even
la ha
ripped
jugado un
out.
montón,
Ouch, it's going to cost him like 70 health there.
Y no se va a poder poner a tope de vida
Okay,
con el
so he
campfire.
did pick up 3 campfires. Sure, he can heal up, but that's such a tell, right? The moment you place a
Se la
campfire,
ha jugado un montón.
telling everyone around you, hey, I am low HP. I have to use this if I hope to survive. Now keep in mind, he was at the edge of the storm. He had quite the rotation to make. Because he dipped into the storm, everyone else is already making their way into safety.
Tiene que tomar posición y echarse ese campfire como sea, tío.
Again, he's in critical condition. If he finds an elim, it's going to be huge. That Scythe is going to just put him right back into fighting condition, but he's got to find that elim.
Dude, talk about like insane
Y ahora tiene
rotation.
jodido
First
un
of all, he
poco
didn't
ahí.
get shot once coming
Si
from
le
the
dejan curarse.
further side of the Dusty Divot, and there was multiple players set off on bases.
Se aguanta.
That is what we call that little bit of luck factor that sometimes you just need to
La
kind of
minigun, ojo con la minigun que puede lastimar
it doesn't happen
muchísimo.
like that very often. Someone gets rifted up there,
Puede
Mothman lands a
lastimar
nice little
que te
78.
cagas con la minigun.
He's still in the game right now. Still in the game here.
He's going to reload that heavy snipe. So just look for an opportunity. I doubt he's going to try and go for close range snipes. He's probably going to use that to just punch into people's bunkers. He has his own rift to go. If things get a little hairy, I think he probably wants to use it because if you, this is great. Just punch you, there you go, and use the other player's rift. Community rift.
Again.
Yeah, but look where we're going right now. We're going on the little lip there of Dusty Divot.
Tiene
That's
los
such an
campfire.
incline that if you don't make it first, you can actually block
Si
other
sabe
people out, and then they have to
guardárselo
burn materials to get over the little hill
para el
there.
momento
So I
indicado.
like that play, just saying, you know what? This guy used the rift, and look at this. Prime real estate.
Just said it
Porque
too,
aún
right?
queda
You wanna
bastantes
get
jugadores,
on the lip there and see what you can do. Mothman comes in with some shots here. Looking for the replacement.
Hostias.
Wow.
Esperar, que tengo teléfono.
Just like that.
And this is huge now, too, because not only does he get all the elims, the campfire's still going, so people are going to be like, oh, that player must be weak. Would we like to engage him? And Mothman sitting on 200 is like, please. No, yeah, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
come on in.
That'll be a big mistake for someone there. Let's look at this map here. This is the Asian region, guys. Tuned in with Asia. Hopping into some of what occurred overnight here. Char Mew looking to get his little moment here on the show. Nice shot right there. Oh man, Char gets hit with the Shadow Bomb. Don't forget, guys, that animation while you're in Shadow Bomb as well.
Vale, estoy aquí de vuelta,
You are very vulnerable. You have to be careful of your
Joder.
surroundings. You can take damage. You're not invincible.
Es que de
in
verdad.
the Shadow Bomb.
Man, Charmy is just burning through materials. That was a pretty rough rotation. It's probably going to cost him in the
Menos mal
long
que él
run,
nerfeado
because, I mean, he did
la
go
cadencia de
quite a bit
tiro
fast,
de la minigun.
You know, Monster, I like to pose this question. I've already posed it to Pookie. I've posed it to Kitty. You know, you guys are members
Porque la
of the
minigun
community.
antes daba un asco que te cagas.
So many of us, different things. You know, you've got a podcast. In case you know who Monster
Nunca
GK
dejaba
is,
de disparar
go
la
send him
minigun.
a
Si
follow.
tenías
He's
muchas balas,
incredible.
1000 balas,
But you've been in
no se
situations like this,
terminaba
right? You've played in
hasta que
scrimmage,
sacaba las
you've played
balas.
in, I think fall scrimmage as well, right?
Yep.
You know, we went to Korea together to watch the Korea Open. So
Hostias.
you understand what these players are thinking. For maybe people that are kind of new to Fortnite, that maybe this might be their first time tuning in, you want to just break down some things for them.
Oh, se la juega,
Yeah, like for instance, like rotations. Like what is Metsuo thinking right now as he's barreling toward trying to keep himself safe, right?
Yeah, well, like, obviously, initial threats, right? You want to handle everyone here. Nice little trap play. So just even every single decision can be broken down. The way they use traps, a lot of these players, you want to double trap left and right wall, so you cut off all plans for escape.
Right.
Something small like that. Here, editing his way down, right? He does not have an escape plan. that elim right there is going to give him the launch pad, of course, to get the escape route off the high ground, but just recognizing height differences, the way competitive
Vale,
players
Maufin
play
está con
zone,
vida, está a tope de
they
vida,
typically
Maufin.
like to hug the zone. They never give
Este
too
le queda un
much,
botiquín, pero...
they don't take too much real estate in the end
Uy,
moments.
sí, 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 sí,
Take
que
their
lo
time
utiliza
and they
ahora.
kind of hug the zone instead, flirt with that storm line. So many little different things.
Es que no le va a dar el
into
tiempo.
competitive play, and you can really just
No le va a dar el
nitpick
tiempo,
break it all apart. It's so crazy
No
at
le va a
the
dar el
highest
tiempo.
levels.
Yeah, I love.
Tiene que
I just
tomar
love
mucha
talking about that
posición.
stuff. I'm not great at articulating my thoughts with that kind of stuff. I
Porque la
understand
tormenta
what's
no va a
happening.
parar.
I'm like,
Uy, Maufin.
I'm trying to tell you a thing.
All involved, like it happens so quickly, especially
Está complicado ahí con la
That's one
edición.
of my favorite parts about it is just like the action, the APM, the actions per minute in Fortnite is unparalleled to any other VR I've ever experienced, and that's what really draws me to this game specifically. So we are looking at Moffin, who pulled through, man, took it right underneath.
Yo que él bajaría,
People like Aim Hero that Zeke and I had, we had the pleasure of casting it at South Korea. He crushed it.
Yeah.
We saw Sinnoh out there.
We met
we met all, dude.
Va, alguien se acaba de comer una trampa for the win y se va a morir con la tormenta. Se muere y se ha muerto con la tormenta. Mirá Kay dónde está. La final entre Kay y Maufin, los dos favoritos que estábamos expectando.
Matter of fact, remember there was like this divider standing over it, and they were like, Zeke,
Ojo.
I love you.
And I was like, wait, what? And they were like, yeah,
se muere Kay,
you're Monster D-Face. And we were like, wait, oh, first of all, congratulations, Moffin XD. You know, we know you're the victor, and that is exactly why.
La ha hecho muy bien Maufin porque justo que apareció la tormenta, él se ha puesto a curarse con vendas ahí. Aunque la tormenta quitaba mucho.
Crazy to think outside the country.
Yeah, that was what was so
out the country.
Vamos a ver, este debe ser Oceanía. Supongo. No, este Maufin, este es Asia.
We have not made a full year casting Fortnite yet. This thing has just like exploded.
Oh goodness, the snipe coming out! Oh, wow, what a massive shot coming out of Moffin. And look, check this out. 31 players left. He's already on 6 eliminations. This guy is crazy, and this is who is going to the World Cup finals. This is the level of play we will see in the finals.
Yeah, Moffin's gonna have to bring
it. Fire ahí arriba. Esto no tiene nada de curaciones, solo tiene 4 mini escudos.
Let's just say, against the likes of the rest of the world. Yeah. Who knows what region
Tío, qué asco me dan que no te diga cuántos materiales tengo. Ahora.
The American regions, the European and American region, will of course have a larger presence just off of the sheer numbers. So it is going to be interesting how the top 20 turns out, especially considering, you know, some presence a little less than others, but I mean, all these guys are equally skilled.
That's right.
In some capacity. They're all deserve to be there. All of them.
And you know what's funny too is we interviewed, in case you missed it earlier, go back and check out the vlogs. We actually interviewed Sozman, the winner from OCE, and you know he was just basically explaining like we asked him how do you feel about going to the finals? And he was like, oh, you know, OCE
hay que cuidarse porque aquel ya está campeón del Aidrop.
And it's going to be interesting for me going to finals and competing against that because we just play so differently. So I almost, in my head, like I just imagine everyone kind of playing their own game going into finals, but at the same time, like, you got to think this is a $30 million prize pool. This is huge. You know, the biggest stage ever.
For different places. I mean, but that goes against everyone else too, though.
Sure.
Because that means, like, oh man, just think about it.
I think finals gonna have its own meta.
They're gonna have a style, and of course the pressure's gonna be high, guys. I think the real question is who's gonna have the confidence to take a fight and win a fight. Like, who is straight up gonna have the confidence and just be like, you know what?
Madre mía, cómo está las bombas esas fétidas,
Like, who's gonna be that guy, right? Because that's really what comes out. If you are confident like that, that's why you see people like Bugga, Dubs,
Las bombas fétidas es la muerte.
Like, what duo are you? I don't care if you're Kinstar. I'm gonna take your wall right now.
Exactly.
And that level of play is why. And dude, we've seen Stompy do it every week. Even this time around, he got 11. He was just outside the top 10. So trust me, he's still here, guys.
Pero cuánta gente hay ahí atrás, por favor.
Crazy plays.
Yeah.
Pero madre mía, cuánta gente hay ahí atrás.
You cannot. Let's say it's just Zeke, me, and I'm in this game somehow. I don't know, some alternate universe, and I'm good at the game, and I'm fighting off against someone like Moffin here, who qualified as that #1 player going into finals. I cannot stop and sit here and go, that's Moffin. I know what he's capable of. I can't make a mistake. I just have to go, It doesn't matter who that is. I just have to play my game. I have to play the very best that I can. And at the end of the day, that's all I can ask for, right? Like, the moment you stop and think, that's Tfue, I think that it's already too late. You've already made the error, right? Like, you can't stop it. And some people can't. They're like, okay, I know that's Tfue. I know he's going to try and probably do this based on what I've seen and the information I have.
Una finales ahí, Tfue versus Ninja, macho.
No, you can fight him. You've made it to finals for a reason. Take the fight if you think you can.
Yeah, it's also gonna get crazy too, because for Fortnite World Cup, if you guys don't know already, we're going through full games. The early game story, the contestation, the points of interest, who likes to land where the map's gonna be at that point, right? Things are gonna change, and the game is gonna be played in a way that we have not seen yet. And that's what excites me the most, is that we're gonna see 100 of the world's best under one hub, the Fortnite World Cup.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait. And to see all the Fortnite fans there as well, kind of cheering on the people they support, it's gonna be.
Are you ready to feel the crowd's energy?
I'm gonna cry.
Rip through your body.
I'm gonna cry.
It's literally you're gonna feel the vibration of the entire stadium.
Just erupt when incredible plays happen, you know.
Oh man.
Man, ooh, dude, chills, dude, chills.
Chills, dude.
Oh yeah, we just fist bumped. You guys didn't see it, Fortnite fan. We had a little bit of a moment there. We hope you had that moment with us. Hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Are you ready? Are you hyped for the Fortnite World Cup Finals in New York City? Alter Ego here finds an elimination. Now this is his first elim. He's probably hoping for more, right? At this point, he wants as many points as possible. So he's gonna look to probably play a little bit more aggressive, right? But look at everyone else. Moffin, the #1 player who came through for Asia, is in this lobby, and he's dominating the high ground. 12 eliminations, by the way.
12 kills, madre mía, Moffin.
While we've been chatting up a storm here, Moffin going for the high ground. He's holding it. Nice little side jump right there. No errors coming out of him. Look at how he used the boom bow to crack open all the builds. Nice little 82 right there.
Joder, el combo ese. Ah, maldito lag.
He's looking for it. Nice little side jump, and that's another one. This player is in pickaxe territory. Bye-bye jackpot.
También estaría bueno el combo de la pistola pesada con el lanzapepo. Pero claro, el lanzapepo ahora es difícil que te salga. Les han nerfeado el respawn.
One elim there, and it's Macy and Mev who's going toe-to-toe. Mob still just has the dominant position.
Yeah, I mean, so he's going to drop down. He's got the single build, so he had to take a little bit of fall damage to rejoin everyone from the stratosphere. Macy's down below, and look at this. Immediately, boom, he says, I know you heard me take this fall damage.
Joder, 14 kills, Moffin.
They go for the challenge, and Moffin was prepared. He knew, again, it's just about dictating.
Candidato a ganar la partida, pero cuidado.
You know that I'm hurt, how hurt I am. You do not know, and just like that,
Moffin ha ganado la partida otra vez con 15 kills.
15 eliminations.
Is that? It's that
Joder.
25-point game. That's literally doubling his score out of nowhere. If you were in the top 10 and you had that come up, that's it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, guys, you know, we've had an awesome time, but for now, we're gonna hit pause. Let's send it back into studio with Dr. Lupo, because I believe the doctor is in.
What a terrible repetitive joke, Zeke, but I appreciate the effort. I'm just kidding. Thanks, Zeke. Appreciate that. Crazy games from Asia and Oceania. You love to see kind of the meta changes and how different regions present themselves and the way that they adjust their gameplay relative to everybody else. But Europe today, and as we've seen multiple times in the past, Europe has done an excellent job of putting on a show like I think few people could even possibly imagine. And to talk about that and an interesting turn of events for who ended up at the top, joining me right now is Sundown. What do you think so far about Europe?
Thank you so much, Lupo. Indeed, it was crazy. So just a couple of quick facts I want to write down. 15 points separated 100th place and 8th place. That means a 5-point victory royale was the difference of going to New York City and being in the 100th spot. That is absurd for how close it was. Blackso, in that final game we watched, pushed him up to 61 points. He was tied at 61, but because he had the victory royale and got the average elim at the end, it pushed him into the last spot. We talk about how every single interaction ends up mattering, and then unfortunately on the outside looking in, Airwalks, the last play we saw, if he had had one more build, he could have made it up the elevation and kept the storm. Instead, lost it, lost the victory royale, and lost his spot in New York City. Mitro also on the outside looking in. 2 top 15 finishes, but not being enough. That lets you know how crazy it is. However, the player who took the top spot was Cypher's Andretta with a crazy run, and we're going to be joined by him right now. Andretta, man, how are you feeling?
Hyper.
I'm feeling very good.
I mean, I would hope so. So we saw you yesterday put on an incredible show, and week after week, your placings have gone up. What was the difference between this weekend and all of the other weekends? Were you just feeling it? Did you eat your Wheaties for breakfast? What's going on?
The thing is, the other weeks I wasn't that confident, but this week I decided to try and talk with someone while playing. So that kind of helped. Getting to like talk to people, getting them to calm you down and stuff. And I got good RNG. Very good.
Nice, yeah, being able to get all of that and put it together. So you got off to an incredible run, winning 2 of your first 4 games. How were you able to get those victories? Did you just dominate them out? You had a solid amount of elims. What were those wins like?
I was using the bowler to get the end game, and then I usually found out like when I needed to drop out and stuff to go for the eliminations, and I usually had my bowler until end game. So the thing is, because it's really strong, dude. You can go out of your bowler, get a lot of kills, and win the game.
Pushing the gameplay and actually turning the baller into something that was aggressive. Now, kind of about midway through, you looked at the leaderboard, saw you were closing it out, but my question is, when it was all said and done, and you saw you were there, you're in the #1 spot, what did you do? Did you run around your house? Did you go tell your parents? Were you celebrating on Discord? What was that moment like?
I was celebrating so much. I actually got hosted by Symphony. My stream was going crazy. I was actually, while I was playing, like my 5th game, I started crying, was qualified. So that was probably one of the best moments in my life ever. I don't know what to say.
It's got to be exhilarating, honestly, to know that, especially in Europe, which we've talked about as one of the most difficult regions to qualify in. Even with 8 positions, there's so much pressure there. But I got to ask kind of a random question. I keep seeing the lighting change on your face. What are you watching right now?
I'm actually watching the Fortnite stream.
All right, what, you see yourself. There's layers here. There's layers. It's very Inception level. Well, thank you so much, Andretta, for joining us. Before we let you go, though, if you could do me a favor, please shout out your own channels, shout out your duos channels, anybody you want to.
Okay. So my Twitch is Andretta. My Twitter is Cypher Andretta. My YouTube is Andretta. And I want to shout out Shokoladen, and all the people in that Discord. And I want to shout out my stream. Thank you so much for the support.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Again, incredible performance both yesterday and today. Congratulations. $10,000, a spot in New York City, and as Golden Boy would say, we'll have to get a slice of pizza. We'll be seeing you later, man.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely incredible. It's crazy to think just the age ranges too. You know, the kids that are so young, all the way up to, I believe the oldest qualified right now is 24
right now. Yep.
Consider how much they're playing for too. I don't blame him honestly for getting emotional in the middle of even halfway through his games. It's insane.
It's just nuts to me where he's like, oh, I didn't have the level of confidence, and then right after it's like, yeah, about like halfway through my game I started crying.
Coloca el micrófono para que se me escuche mejor aquí. Momento el silencio que estoy haciendo.
Go follow him on Twitter, follow him on Twitch, give him all the plugs, because I promise you'll be seeing more of this prodigy. Topping Europe is an incredible accomplishment, but we have more games and more regions to be getting into. We saw Oceania and Asia just now. We're gonna hop on into Brazil for a brief little bit. So back on over to the cast as we go.
Thank you guys so much, man. You know, I feel like we've just nerded out about Fortnite, but now seeing Andretta be there and just like talk about things, it makes me want to nerd out more.
Dude, it gives me the feels, man. These young champions coming up and coming out, and it's crazy. Like he said, he just knew he made it, because if you look at the track history of all the players who've qualified so far, I say it every week, it only takes about 5 or 6 games. That's all it takes. If you get 5 or 6 aces just solid games, big points, big placement.
Vale, 1 hora y 40,
You're knocking
para
on the
Brasil.
door. All you gotta do is not choke the rest. Just
Este tiene pinta que es argentino, por el nombre de la identidad, el nombre de usuario. Al parecer no tiene curas.
Long behold, he gets first in the whole thing. European, the toughest region, in my opinion.
Yeah.
One of the toughest regions.
Bueno, digo, lo que pasa es que el metal se rompe muy rápido al ponerlo al principio.
You know, OCE, Asia, and Brazil, of course, they only get one spot. It's crazy. That's arguably harder, but when you talk about mass player pool, Europe is hard, dude, to get number one.
Le están dando duro por todos lados a Riquelme.
Andretta, I had a card not that long ago kind of saying a few of his placement spots. Last week we watched him end in 610th place, and now the last solo week. Now to see him in the final week come out as that number 1 player.
Está rodeado, tiene uno adelante y uno detrás.
I would associate like, there's 8 spots, and if you hit one of 8, great, awesome. I've qualified, great. But to be able to say, of that 8, I was number 1. Look, Tifus of the world, you guys need to respect my game.
Se parece negro en alguna parte de la pantalla es porque son notificaciones de la Play, son notificaciones de grupos de juegos que tengo ahí de la comunidad. Perú 100 de ping. Grande.
Left on queue times, don't forget, it's 10 games, an hour 40. Okay, I was close. Darn. I was just off by 10. We have either that 3-hour window or 10 matches to play, whichever comes first. And then obviously we're going to
Aquí ya son nuestra gente,
don't forget, you can queue up
todos sudamericanos.
Seconds and then play out an entire match. We want to just make sure everyone has enough time to wrap up their games, get those standings out. But here we go, Peru, hop into with him, 100 ping. All right.
Things are unfolding right now as we speak, so this is a live situation here. Brazil known for another region that
14 puntos.
have to pick up heavy elimination, secure placement points. This
Top
is not
10,
just a
tiene
win
a
every
ver si
game
llega al
and
top 10.
make it through scenario. You need the elims as well. Nice
Vale,
shot right there from
17.
Peru.
Buen disparo en la cabeza, la molla.
Connecting with the combat.
Hostias.
Oh, bounces snogging right there.
Qué pena, tío, porque no pude utilizar bien la lanzadera. Fue un mal uso ahí. Porque tal vez más adelante la necesite.
New rotation coming out, he's got to reassess. He's going to be able to get himself to safety. Now he's already hit top 15, so everything's okay. We're still in the running.
Y ahora le están dando con todo a Perú.
There's a lot of big names in the Brazil region. All the W7M boys.
Le quieren rushear,
right?
hacer un sándwich.
Just to name one, the ex-own King. So many talented players.
Techno Viking kind of
also from Red.
Estoy viendo que parece que la gran mayoría son argentinos.
This block go to tries to challenge for the launch pad, doesn't get it, and says, Kin, I'm gonna go ahead and shut you down. You took that launch pad, I need it, and that's what helps him make the rotation.
Ooh, but he does get hit by a combat. It's Ice who's in the high ground, so Peru's now found himself in a dire situation. He's got to start healing. Tony's underneath the build, putting some pressure up, but Tony gets melted.
Vale, ahora sí se define entre el top 10. Esto va muy rápido. Bastante rápido comparado con los otros servidores.
Doesn't find a third, but it's okay. He raises himself up in the layer. He's trying to get a brief moment of peace in this crazy storm that he's in right here. He can't even heal. A nice little shot.
Vale, ahora sí, top 5.
This is huge, man. He's already on 8 eliminations. When we talk about elimination counters, especially on finals, 8 is massive. You know this player has been on a spree, and look at this. Clipnote looking to play it out as technically as possible, looking for these angles, waiting for people to turn their backs. Oh my. Send shots over.
Hostia, está jodido,
Hey, he hit this guy for white, so he knows he can take this right here. He's got to be careful though. Can't let his guard down.
Uy, ha matado a Perú, no. No, tío, ha matado a Perú. Venía jugando muy bien el tío.
Who was still in the game. And Exakao holding up the high ground right now. What's he gonna do? He's just walking on these builds. He doesn't have anything left. Neither does Clipnote. In the shadow form, he just obliterates the player. That was absolutely insane. But Clipnote is the victor of that game.
Like, see what it did there? You maybe saw it, maybe didn't. It's okay. Next game though,
No se ha hecho muchas construcciones por lo que se puede ver.
I just rhymed, no big deal. I'm not a rapper. 44 players in the next game. Moving on in. Man, he popped that ghost right in the sky. Maybe you could call him a ghost buster.
Oh.
Shout outs to Jeff.
Right,
I made your joke. We're gonna high five after this from production.
Take his joke?
Yeah, he wanted me to make the joke on broadcast, so I did it. Again, guys, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Give production some love. There's so many people that work so hard to make this all possible.
Fortnite World Cup, señores. Yo soy de compartir el directo y poner hashtag Fortnite World Cup.
So just say hashtag Fortnite World Cup production team. You guys are awesome. That would mean the world to me and to them. And an hour and a half. I guess 36 minutes. I'm just gonna be specific because everyone's always like, "You're rounding. Don't do that." Sorry, it's just how I work.
Yeah, Zeke, there's 1 hour and 36 exact minutes and 13 seconds at this current moment. Every second, every moment matters.
Right. Here we go.
¿Qué ha pasado? Ah, le cojo con el lag, tío.
Combat redeploy, gets behind the tree. Tree works on his favor and shadow bomb.
You saw it, he was like, dude, I want this elim. I worked real hard. I need to find it. And they shadow bomb out. They're like, no, no, no.
Oh,
and in the end, it was the elimination.
Se ha comido una trampa.
Don't forget, with those recent changes,
no la podemos ver visto. Pero se ha comido una trampa de F4. De por ahí. Esto está muy roto, pero igualmente sirve mucho. ¿Por qué lo digo? Porque en la pared se podía hacer lo mismo, pero ahora no te deja, solo con el cono puedes. ¿Me entiendes? Eso es lo que me cabrea.
He's got the launch pad.
Holding it in the hand.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give it away because if you put it down early, it does make that sound and players know, all right, community launch pad, there you go. Great, making sure that the storm overtakes it, so if anyone else wants to do it, they take the damage for it. Bro, we are nowhere. It's still 9 players. 8 players need to fall before top 25.
Yeah, this is actually insane right now. These guys are sticking around for placement in these final moments here. But if you want to take first place, you got to get Elans here.
Sí, me he enterado que Ninja quedó descalificado, lamentablemente. Ahí. Ahora se viene un torneo de Lolito, que lo ha anunciado por su cuenta de Twitter. No me acuerdo cuándo va a ser el torneo, pero ya ha avisado en Twitter, así que pasar por el Twitter de Lolito, que ahí va a encontrar toda la información. Que obviamente va a anunciar los participantes en un vídeo de cuando lo suba, tal vez mañana o en unos días. Menudo escopetazo ha dado F4.
He's going to go down to the low ground here. He doesn't want to contest for the high. He still has to pop some minis. And the server's collapsing on him with raining fire here. He's got to be extremely careful. Lucky for him, the high ground is in a battle of its own now. Spax catches a moment to regather himself as Ganks and Lorax is in the high ground.
Man, look at all these players coming in from the community launch pads, any rotational tools they had, the Rift to goes. Oh, yeah.
That's a weird place to be, man. You can't build on that thing.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You have to build over it.
Joder con el aje.
A shot into the storm. Oh, my. That is Twail is picked up. 2. Tate as well. Frita. Batata frita. 2 eliminations.
Seco no sé si está jugando, Sé que está clasificado, pero... Pero bueno, no sé cómo va Seco. El argentino.
Batata Frita is going in right now. He's looking for this high ground.
You see the technical builds too, using the cone and then hopping out around, using that floor to catch yourself so you kind of save a build there. All right, Batata Frita. I'm about it.
Batata Frita.
And a follow-up, that is Lorax.
And he got the mats. That's what's important here. He does have the materials
No, tío, Seco debe estar haciendo directo en Twitch, porque en YouTube no.
Stick it out though. Yes, players are dropping right now. We're in top 6 suddenly, so all these placements are being divvied out. Just one more person goes down and just a little bit more is going to be rewarded to him here.
Man.
You can see the shot there.
This was really good from him, right? Making the decision to go high ground. Look at this. He's put him in the top 5. We were top 25 when we kind of tuned into him, right around there. And because of his decision making, he's gotten himself all the placement points. The victory route is the next threshold. And look, Monster, he's just looking to close this out.
That's right, and I love it because he's just textbook holding his high ground, but he is out of mats now. So this is where you have to go down. Uses the cone right there to sit on that, and he just has to give the high ground to a veer here.
I believe that is Avalar, I think.
Oh, Avalar, gotcha.
Yes, I think so. Sundown can correct me at some point. He's going to go toe-to-toe with that player, though, and that is it. Good day, sir.
All right, did he get mats off that? He didn't, Zeke.
He's got the flint knock, though. He's got...
he's got the combat.
Madre
He's got
mía.
it right there. One more shot to Wonder Wonder Erzin is going to go down. Is he going to go down? Yes, he is. Frita connects in the final moments right there. Walks away with the 6th elimination victory royale.
Man, 16-point game coming out of the Brazil region. You like to see it. Now, Fortnite fam, you know we've had so much fun hanging out with you, but for now, let's sit back in the studio and see what Dr. Lubo's got.
Ok, vamos a estudios. A ver la tabla de clasificadores, si la muestran. De Brasil. A ver cómo vamos las tablas clasificadoras de Brasil. ¿Quiénes has clasificado? ¿Quiénes no? Vamos a ver. Vale.
51 points, 4 games played in 2 victory royales, but his tail only
Vale.
45, just 6 points behind, and only 3 games.
Todavía
You see the spread here.
no.
Not too
Bueno,
far
sí.
away from each other. Multiple players from previous
Y Code
qualifying
Nix.
weeks. King, Code Nix right there. Both players already have made their way. They've already punched their ticket to New York City, but consistency is key, as you can see here. An example of exactly that. You love to see it. Brazil, thank you so much for everything you've done for us so far, putting on an excellent show. But before we get into the rest of the games of the day, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, so don't go anywhere except for maybe to the bathroom. Oh, sorry, half hour. I do this every time. Production yells at me repeatedly. I don't know how to tell time, all right? 30 minutes. Go get some lunch. Swing on back. See you in a bit.
Media hora, la madre que lo parió. Media hora para Norteamérica, ¿sabes? Oh, no, ay. Bueno, aquí lo dejaremos. Y dentro de un rato vamos a hacer un directo. Y ya veremos. GG. Hostias.